Yo, 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 welcome to Iggy's Loudmouth podcast. We are here live at the Smart Oasis. And this is another live I want to get together, but also shout out to Chattanooga, who is in the building, for helping me.
Shout out.
Man, it's been a great journey with Chattanooga this year. But yeah, we're here to talk to two wonderful, great gentlemen. Artists, first of all. Let's get to that. Let's get to the music. Before I give them, the philanthropy and all that other, all that other stuff. Let's get to the artistry first. Rappers, real life, you know what I'm saying? So, got to give y'all those flowers for that. But two great gentlemen also in the community. So, I want to sit down and talk, you know what I mean? End the year on a good note, the type shit is November, and it's a good time to sit down with two great men and talk like men, So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, and we'll get this show going.
Yeah, man, it's the biggest gloss in the world. We here, we have landed. Iggy's Loudmouth. It's an honor to be here. Shout out to the Smart Oasis for allowing us in this space. Shout out to Chattanooga. Yeah, man, nothing but work.
Yeah.
Bringing the gloss everywhere I go. Got my dog with me, you know what I'm saying?
So I didn't even know. I was wondering if y'all knew each other. I should have known that, but I was wondering if y'all knew each other. Yeah. I figured. Okay. That's why I got y'all together. I was like, them two seem like they would connect for real. So so that's what's up. I'm glad y'all already know each other. Go ahead, bro. I mean, interrupt.
For sure. Yeah, man, just putting in work. Nothing but work, man. Head down. Just focus on what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? That's what's fueling me to. We going all the way to 2045. We just in 2024, but you know what I'm saying? We taking them all the way there.
Respect.
So, this is just another piece of that puzzle. Yeah. So yeah, the biggest gloss, Cuatro Cinco, is here.
Yes, sir. And I go by Finding Zero. I'm a little bit of a new artist on the scene in Chat. I've been rapping for about 2-3 years now, making a little buzz here and there. But my main thing is just portraying myself, portraying my authentic image, or really telling people that it's okay to feel how you feel, be yourself, anything you do, any space you're in. Never shrink up, never turn away. And I feel like Iggy's podcast really embodies that too. He, like you said earlier, he gets on here, talks his mess, but that's him. He's authentic. And I feel like I really mesh with people like that. That's why I'm so close with Cuatro. So yeah, man, we just really doing this for the community, man, showing everybody we can all come together. Different age brackets, different backgrounds.
For sure.
Different type of music, different type of, dreams, all that stuff. So, yeah, man, Finding Zero. I just dropped a song like 3 weeks ago called I Can't Even Hide, so tap into that. And he taking out of 2045, but 2025, I'm going up as well. So, for real.
Respect.
Go buy his new single, man.
Absolutely.
What is it called again?
I Can't Even Hide. You got anxiety, anything like that? Tap into that. It's like you can't even hide from your thoughts. Yeah. Try everything you want. I'm a sober dude. I'm not even gonna lie. So I don't smoke. I don't drink. So sometimes I be sitting in my thoughts. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Best thing for me is get in the studio, lay it down, hear it a couple times, and try to encourage myself and other people to face your stuff, and you'll be all right. So,
go buy it. Go buy it. I know streaming is cool, but go buy it.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Man. It's good that's why I got you on here, bro, because it's good that you even willing to even talk about that, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of men, for sure, that don't want to talk about anxiety, to lay that down. And we deal with that, we wear that on our shoulder a lot. So respect, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all pulling up for the podcast, and shout out to Smart Oasis again for housing us and making it comfortable in here. All right, so first question. I sent y'all these questions, so I'll make sure we stay in line with those, but it might get a little...
What questions, bro?
It might be.
That's crazy.
Now, y'all know damn well. On the Loudmouth Pod, ain't no script. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It could go either way. But anyway, setting up a musical home base in your hometown, that seems like, something that y'all specifically put an effort to. You know what I mean? How have y'all been able to build that as far as a successfully in a scale that y'all built it to? You say you just started in what 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, I started made my first single 2021 March.
Yeah, and I feel like you've built a pretty good base already.
Trying to at least, yeah.
You know what I mean, for the past 2 or 3 years. And if you know about Cuatro Cinco, you ain't gotta say much about that. So what have y'all what have y'all put forward to make sure that's a focus of y'all's?
Let me start.
Go ahead, I got you. So really, the first thing I do, or that I even do, is just be genuine to everybody, spread love, and I feel like you can really read the room when you walk in somewhere to who you're gonna bond with, cope with, have similarities with, and I feel like musically, it's not always about like making music with the same person. When I say that, it's the same genre or the same message. You know what I'm saying? When you can stretch out and be a little elastic and flexible in your music, it makes it a little bit easier. And also, you don't want to box yourself in. So I feel like community, you want to have an inclusive place. So I feel like I work with all kinds of people, like I said earlier, girls, boys, rock, rap, pop, hip hop, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? And then also with that is like when you do that, you want to also like spread love through the music as well. So if that's like community events, shows, music videos, like I know Cuatro got something coming. You know what I'm saying? He big on that type of stuff as well. So
Boy, promoting they bouncing off promotion. I like that.
but I'm just saying, man, but like that's how the music got to be down here, man.
Absolutely.
You got to have everybody got to have each other's back. And I'm not saying to a full extent where you have to, cover for everybody, but you want to always be there for each other. Because, I mean, we all got the same goal in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And if we can help each other, push each other forward the best we can, I feel like that's what I've just been trying to do the most. And I feel like that's why some people kind of gravitate towards me a little bit more. Because I'm not trying to, bash anybody or be down on anybody. I'm trying to really levitate myself and elevate everybody with me. So,
For sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Oh man, so the community, the music community, the rap community in Chattanooga, especially when I started, I felt like because of my background and my taste of music, I always felt different.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never been one to fit in, like, because I've always stood out.
Yeah, you tall as hell, bro.
Exactly. You dig what I'm saying? So like
Stood out for
my
real.
statue, like dead ass. So like,
That's what I let you know that.
it's like yeah. In case you didn't know, I'm tall as hell. Look at my legs. I'm tall as hell. So if you see me, don't think I'm gonna be small. I'm looking down at you.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. But I'm not looking down on you. You dig? I'm lifting you up.
Sure.
But yeah, man, I've just because I've always been true to who I am as an individual, it's not like me, it just always felt weird to try to do something to fit in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I
saying? So
feel
like that put me in a position to just create originally. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, like I would say when I first started on SoundCloud, like I just wanted to create original music. Mm-hmm. And I was placed in front of people who gravitated to my originality, who wanted to help me elevate my originality. And just through hard work, like I've always been around people who worked hard. So I've never wanted to be the one in a room that didn't work hard and everybody else is, just cranking it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just wanted to be original with my own sound that didn't sound like anybody in my city or around my city. And you got to think at that time, like when I was starting, it was like 2012, 13.
Yeah, for
where, the Chicago drill era was coming in, and but the Chattanooga sound was different too.
Yeah.
So again, I just wanted to be able to create my own lane.
Yeah.
Whether that took me however long to create a name, create a brand, I knew I could stand on my originality.
Yeah.
And can't nobody take that from me.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good message, man.
And building in that, my originality brought my crowd to me. Mm-hmm. It brought my people to me. Mm-hmm. And, I've always thought that, the music that I create will resonate with those that I'm trying to reach. And it always has, still to this day. So yeah, that resonated within my community, and it led me to the DJs that really liked my music. I understood what it took as far as networking. The aside from the originality, I knew networking alone. You can't take that from me either.
No, you can't.
You can't take the relationships that I was building through my originality.
Yeah.
So, from that base of originality and networking, I've just been able to create an original brand. Cuatro Cinco is the only thing close to it is a football player. You know what I mean? He has his own brand. So, like, I'm able to correct you in that way. Like, no, I'm not him, but I'm me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a
So,
whole different lane.
yeah, and nobody around here sounds like this or is putting out this type of music.
Yeah.
And again, from my influences, I'm never then and now, I'm never talking about something that I've never done. You know what I mean? And because of the people who are around me and how I grew up and how I was raised, like, the energy that I have, it's original. It's that gloss now. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's basically, just hopefully that answered the question.
Nah, you definitely answered. Yeah, you definitely answered for
that's
sure.
what helped me build that community,
Yeah.
and
I think it's a powerful
where we are.
message, originality, you know what I mean? I think there's so many people that, and, I don't know if it sounds cliche to these people, but it's so many people that try to be other things or think certain things are going to make them pop or more popular. If something starts popping for somebody, they try to hop on and do it too.
Yeah.
But the most powerful thing you can be is yourself, because nobody can be you. You know what I mean? Like, nobody can come from where you came from. Nobody can see the world the way you see it. You know what I'm saying? So if you put that into a space of health and wealth and art, sometimes whatever that is, it'll be whatever you need it to be, fruitfully. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good message to put out, especially in Chattanooga, because the time we was coming up, it was very popular to try to fit in and try to be cliquish, and it took Chattanooga, I think, at least musically and artistically, it took us a while to start creating our own identity musically. I think we still working on it, but I would say it's more defined now, especially with y'all. You know what I mean? But it took a minute. You know what I mean? Like, originally, it was like people trying to sound like other people and trying to carve out, all right, well, who are we going to be as a city as far as our sound and artistry? So, man, so is there still value in radio? I was thinking about this when I wrote it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think this is a question that a lot of artists actually need to talk about, because, that's not even discuss the music that much anymore as far as promoting, how to get your music out there. Nobody really talks about, hey, go to the radio. You know what I mean? Most people say, go to these events or hit my Spotify or how, you passing off cards with the scan, or, it's very internet and very savvy that way. It's not focused on radio play and getting it that way. And y'all two have invested in the radio pretty well.
I love the radio.
Especially this year, you know what I'm saying? And I've definitely paid attention to that. So I thought it'd be a good question to talk about that with y'all, because, I would like to see y'all's perspective on that. You know what I mean?
Again, I love the radio.
Yeah.
I grew up on the radio. I think that radio is prominent still. The biggest artist in the world right now has a radio channel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people subscribe to the radio.
Yeah.
They pay a monthly fee for the radio.
For the radio, yeah.
So, as easy as it is to say, like, radio dead, put an artist on the radio and see their reaction for the first time.
Man, it's like a dream.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guarantee they pull out their phone and record it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
they
like,
get
that nostalgia and that reassurance, no matter who you are, will always resonate.
Yeah.
Now, will it put you on? Probably not. But there's people that still listen. And there are people who, and even locally, you never know who's listening. Yeah. I mean, when your phone die.
Yeah, you got to put the radio on. That's true.
Work, my boy.
No.
I've hit it a couple times.
Yeah, and then, your local radio stations is on.
Yeah, I didn't heard y'all.
You trying to hurry up and figure out
During those moments, I didn't heard y'all. For real, no cap. I didn't heard both y'all. I didn't heard Suevo. Yeah, I didn't heard Suevo. I didn't heard a few
getting
people.
Getting clean off work. You hit it, again, if your phone, if you're not connected,
yes, that's true.
It's on.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So,
Facts.
What better joy to turn on the radio and hear your record?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Again, that's a confidence booster for any artist. I don't care how big you are, and then when you're not played on the radio, where are you being played? So, and then a lot of the times there are DJs that are running the radio. You know what I mean? So with that being said, as long as, what does DJ stand for?
Is it disc jockey?
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Though that's what the ones that's pressing them buttons back there. They're not exactly what they're not turning table. They're not doing exactly
like
that.
No, it's more of an entertainment tag.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, they're some of them are personalities.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But that's what that's where they were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The original DJs exactly was
they were on the radio. Getting busy.
Yep.
Which, you go to New York, they getting busy.
Yeah.
A lot of their
well, I mean, those markets are still
legendary DJs come from the radio.
Yeah, those markets are still strong.
On a local level, and on you're the highest of professional levels, the radio is still needed. Whether you're getting played every day or you getting played once a day,
it don't matter.
I mean, and if you got your business right, you getting streams too. So, I love the radio. Shout out to my local radio stations because, and I'm gonna give them a shout out. Shout out to Hits 96, Gino D down there at Hits 96, showing much love, especially, more now than ever to independent artists.
Yeah.
Shout out to Power 94, Tula, Street Flavor. They've been doing it for years, giving independent artists a platform. Again, whether you hear your song once or they got it in, rotation weekly. You know what I mean? Again, that's a confidence booster for any artist. I don't care who you are. You can't really turn me away from that. So that's how I feel about the radio.
Yeah, man.
And I'm gonna piggyback off what he said. Like, I don't think it can really put you on to an extent though, because a lot of people make music. It also is a good PR training. Like, if your music is on YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, you're more than likely making explicit music. Now, you go to the radio, you got clean, which means more people are probably going to listen and gravitate to your music anyway. And like they were saying earlier, if you in the car, your phone die, or if you listen to the radio, you subscribe to the radio, you know what I'm saying? You're listening to the music. You don't know who's listening to it. That person could Shazam you, find your page, you got to connect. You know what I'm saying?
New fans.
I'm telling you, if fans, A&R, manager, it could be somebody who work for a record label tapping into your joint right there off the radio. So I think of it as like work that's being done without you having to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put it on the radio, you send it through, send it clean, give your elevator pitch, like, this my song, blah, blah, that's what it's about. And then they put it on there, man, you getting, like he said earlier, if your business right, you getting streams, you know what I'm saying? More people are listening to it. And now when that's on the radio, you can focus on, promoting on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Google Ads, stuff like that, so that you can build you want to build a wholesome experience for promotion, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to just put all your eggs in one basket and hope, it's going to be on the radio, we finna blow. No, trust me.
Yeah.
That's step one, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you can get you a radio interview and people can hear the voice and the person itself and, build up, like, the character as well. Because that makes people want to listen to your music as well. How we said earlier, like, authenticity. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about stuff that you never did in your music before and you get an interview and you're a whole different person, they're going to be like, oh, no, we're not listening no more. You know what I'm saying?
He's a fraud.
You know what I'm saying? But if you get in your interview and you giving the same person that's in your music, they're going to be like, oh, okay, like, this is a good dude, or this is a person who's been in bad situations, but he a good person at the end of the day. So I feel like you said earlier, shout out to Gino, man, showing love to everybody. Like, anybody I didn't send to Gino, man, he pick them up quick. You know what I'm saying? Have it ready. Have it clean. Have it ready, man.
Your business right, man.
Yeah.
Like, literally, bro. Like, you make a good song, you think it's a hit.
Yeah.
Get it clean, bro, ASAP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you want everybody to be able to hear it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So shout out Power 94 as well, man. Tula, man. All them that really, rock with the new people. And even like the new people, like they said, Street Flavor been going on for years. So anybody that had their shit played, whether it's like you said once or your shit in rotation, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? You good. So I feel like it's a good stepping stool, but more work has to be put in beyond the radio, though, for sure. Like, don't just put it there and stop, bro. Keep going.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it's more transformed into. I think back in the day, it's on the radio, you on.
Yeah.
No, facts.
For sure.
For sure.
But now it's more of a tool. But I will say, like you said, the PR training behind it is dope, and it forces you, especially once you get into these interviews, and it's an environment you gotta clean up. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're trying to promote yourself as an artist, and also like you were saying when you were saying as far as like cleaning up your music, it's not even just for the radio because you got to think about how songs start breaking. If it's on the radio, now it's on. I was thinking about Suavo when you were saying that because he had that song on 2K. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
facts.
it starts turning into stuff like that where you getting it on video games, you getting it in commercials, you getting it in stuff like that. Where it's now it's took it to another level.
Yep.
Where you didn't even really think about that going. So I think the value of the radio is in that for sure. I think definitely PR training, I think. And also like the local of creating that community because these local radio stations have events and they have these artists pull up. And say somebody pull up to Hits 96 and be like, and pull up on Gino and be like, hey, who's a local artist that you've been listening to? Well, you got two right there that's been pulling up to the radio, talking to them and getting their music on and getting it played. You know what I mean? So, and that's a real life thing. He pull up. He do them. He did. He's done a few interviews actually with some big name artists. So you got to think about that. So yeah, I think the value of radio is there. It's dope to have that conversation because, like I said, I think especially now a lot of newer artists don't talk about that. They focus on the streams. They focus on the playlist. Yeah. They focus on the digital, aspect. And honestly, streams is fucking up music if we're being real. So,
killing the value.
Another conversation for that one. Boy.
Yeah. It's but that's another conversation. We won't dive too deep into that because.
Yeah. But we're gonna get into the next question. But there's nothing like somebody sending you a video of your song on the radio that you did not know was listening to the radio.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
absolutely.
Like somebody that
or somebody
don't
calling
know.
you, or
I heard you on the radio.
Hey, man, I heard you on the radio, bro.
That feels good.
Yeah.
Bro, it just because you don't know, just because you may not listen to the radio on a day-to-day basis, there's somebody that does. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And there's people that are more excited than you are about being on the radio. Yep. Mm-hmm. Like that alone fuels me. Like. Yeah. You would have thought that they were on the radio. How excited they are that I was on the radio. Yeah. You know what I mean? And a lot of people think you made it still because you were on the radio. Yeah. And that creates, again, back to your first question of the community, man, because it connects you to the community on another level because now people look at you, they take you more serious. Yeah. Because, okay, if he can get his songs on the radio and how people perceive the radio and how how they perceive the business of the radio, he's got his business in order and music good enough to be on the radio. So I should probably be supporting. Yeah,
now you can invest in them. It's
look into it real quick.
Yes, it's an actual real thing now.
Yeah, so it's huge for that community aspect of it, man, because I'm telling you, from Power 94 to Hits 96, people have stopped me in the streets.
That was a big tour, Chattanooga. You get those two, you good.
Yeah, for real.
Locally.
But you cut on first.
Man.
It's funny you brought out community because it's the next question. The community work. Yeah. I think you guys definitely invest in your platform.
For sure.
As that a big part of what y'all do. Why do y'all feel like that's very important to be a part of? Because I feel like sometimes you hear like artists be like, "Well, I just do music. That's my response. I don't have nothing to do with or my. You know what I mean? Like they try to be hands off of like the responsibility they have to a community and what they mean to if a kid see them and look up to them in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Realistically. So why do y'all think it's important to invest in that? Make sure that it's something that I know at heart it's truly how y'all feel, but it is a part of you how you want to represent yourself. You know what I'm saying? Why do you feel like that is a very important to do?
So, I mean, you kind of touched on it just in your question of, I genuinely love my community. I genuinely love my city. It's not about what I can get out of it. It's not about what it looks like. It's not about recording it. It's not about any of that. The picture, none of it. I have a giving spirit. And I also, just in general, I do understand that what you put out in this world is what you'll get back. I'm a living example of that. So when it comes down to my city, I feel like I have a duty to take care of my city. I've always wanted to take care of my city whenever I'm in position to. Again, because my city is taking care of me. And that's in, just the simple gestures of sending me a video of you hearing my song on the radio or sharing my post or showing up to the shows or, things outside of music. And I think that there's things and as artists, we ask of a lot when it comes to our community. We immediately expect the community to support us because we rap.
Yeah, and you from here.
Like, what?
Get that out quick, boy.
You know what I mean? We are literally, just because we're putting music on the internet, now y'all gotta support me. Nah.
Not showing Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I just don't expect, first.
No expectations.
I don't have any expectations for any humans.
That's one of the 4 agreements.
I don't have any expectations for any humans. Because, and I've said this on another pod, but that's because me placing an expectation on you allows you, I'm giving you a power to let me down.
For sure.
Facts.
And if I never gave you that power, we can never go through that. But when it comes to my community, man, I wanna invest in my community as much as possible on this level that I'm at now. So when I get to a point where I can really I'm doing what I can, but when I can really get to it, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah,
you know what
sure.
I mean? And then
for sure.
No one can say he's never done anything for his city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hate that, bro. But
sure.
aside from that, I just think that
they do say that chat is really bad about that.
Oh my God! Well, they can't. That's
probably
the
the
first
worst.
thing they say.
I'm about to say that's probably the worst to say to
That's
them.
the first thing they say.
He
ain't done nothing for us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, check my rap sheet.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
But
for real.
yeah, man, I hate to watch people come in and take care of my city when I could do what I could do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times, man, just from my my philanthropy, my nonprofit, Cuatro Cares, I've just wanted to be able to service my community, and then I started that with starting with the future, meaning the children, and I was able to give away backpacks, do a backpack drive, and then from that open more doors of people wanting to help, get in touch with me and get involved with that, and it just opened the doors for just more giving, and it just I have a giving heart, so it's nothing for me. It's effortless for me to just think of something to do that I don't need publicity. I don't need. I'm gonna do it regardless. My city, in return, the right energies have come directly back to me every time. So yeah, man, I Cuatro Cares is taking off, and we continue to shout out to my team and everybody who is involved. We continue to service the community, and really, if we want to see change, we have to be that.
Facts.
So I'm being the change that I want to see in my city. And I just so happen to make music, too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Angela, you got to repeat the question for me right quick, big dog.
I don't know. So the question.
Nah, you good.
I was saying.
I just want to make sure I answer that.
Work, community work seems to be like a part of your platform, like something that you've invested for sure. Why do you feel like that's important as an artist to make sure you invest in as part of your growth as not only a human but how people portray you in that field?
For sure. So I will say when I first started doing music, it was really just for myself. Just expressing how I felt because it was like an easy escape.
Yeah.
Kind of alleviate some stress off my shoulders, off my chest. And then I realized like I started dropping more and more songs and then like I'm starting getting all these messages on like Instagram, Snapchat, or just people texting my actual phone number. And they're like, bro, that last song resonated. Like I needed to hear something like that. Like I appreciate that. And it was like, obviously we have pioneers in the industry that talk about that stuff, but it's like, I guess it feels different when it's somebody that you knew, that you grew up with, that, you know, some people might think I have it all figured out. Just like when you look at somebody, you think they got it all figured out. Yeah. Then you hear my music, you like, oh, wait, whoa, you doing all this at the same time and like still maintaining to be a good person on the outwards. Like he said, man, the energy you give off is what you're going to receive. So just because I'm going through something don't mean I got to cast my burdens on somebody else.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So I could be shit out of luck for a week, a month, you know what I'm saying, a year. And I'll still be there for other people through my music. And, you know, sometimes other people just need to feel comfort, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're not even talking to them face-to-face that we are right now, somebody could play a song that I've done and then be like, wow, bro, like I feel like I got some closure. I feel like I'm not alone. Now I feel like I got some encouragement, you know? So on the community sense of that, I feel like that's a really big part of my music. And that's why I just keep trying to be myself. When I record, I don't really overthink to the point where I'm like, I shouldn't say that because nobody goes through that. No. Everybody go through not the same shit, but somebody done experienced something close to it, you know? So you just got to figure out how to resonate through that. And then I know I have a lot of people, now I wouldn't say looking up to me, but like kind of see me as a person that's doing the right thing, whether they be like adults or like I know I got like kids younger than me that always hit me up like, big bro, what you doing? Like I like the music, blah, blah, blah. Or can we just go grab something to eat? Can we go do something like this? And it's just cool to feel like, you know, people look up to you in that aspect as like a person of dignity, respect, you know what I'm saying? I'm only 22, but like at the same time, it's like I want people to see Zero and be like, all right, bro, I can gravitate towards him. You know what I'm saying? His energy speaks well. He a pure person. And then like I want to kind of put that same thinking and like ideology into everybody's mind that I'm around. And if I'm not around you, like physically, if you're on my page or something, you know what I'm saying, you come across a song or something, you could portray that and then give off that same energy to somebody else. Like kind of like a chain reaction for real. Like if I can be good to you, be good to somebody else, keep passing it on. And I feel that's what Chattanooga really needs because, I mean, there are some dark spots around the city when it comes to that type of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if everybody can get on, like, the same wave and the same sequence, then, bro, we'd be up soon. And I'm not even just talking about music. I'm talking about community in general because, like, music done brought us all together as a community now. You know what I'm saying? Podcasts and artists.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if everybody can get on the same, not even trying to be funny, but like wavelength, like everybody can be on the same, you know, thing moving forward and we'll be all right.
For sure, for sure. Well, that was a very peaceful way to introduce this question.
Oh, man. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, that boy came in peacefully. This is great. Peace is good in hip-hop, but there's also room for beef.
Yeah.
And I want to ask y'all opinions on that as far as this, you know, this year's been all about that, seems, across the board, really. It started out with Chris Brown and, what's his name, Quavo. Wasn't they beefing?
Yeah.
That was like in February. Anyways, so what y'all think about that, man? It's been a big debate. I've seen people, you know, cool with it, you know, as far as the competition or like what it represents. And some people being like, nah, it weakens the brand. It weakens, you know, we need to be moving past it. We need to be more about unity. I have my mixed feelings about it, but I'll let y'all speak first. What y'all think?
Yeah, so I can't really judge or condemn anybody. So, you know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all do it over there. I would say, for me as a listener, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. As a listener, funny, when I was a kid, my first GOAT was Michael Jack and then Chris Brown. And I got like middle school and my ghost was the Migos. So I'm torn as hell in the middle. I'm like, I don't know what I want for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep that over there.
Yeah, that was crazy, but that was legit.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? So like for me as a listener though, like I'm getting the diss tracks. I'm like, damn, that shit good. Damn, that shit good. You know what I'm saying? But like me personally, I don't really move like that. So you know what I'm saying? I don't really think I'm gonna ever get into something like that. I'm literally just for the music. For the
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Weekend's a brand. I feel like it depends on who you ask, who you are as a person. Because I'm definitely not the type of person to say like all publicity is good publicity. No, that ain't me, big dog. But,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They grown men. They handle it how they need to. Just like if I was in a different situation, I handle it how I felt the best for me was.
Yeah.
And that's all I can say on that, bro.
Yeah. Respect.
Oh man, I think rap beef is it goes back to, like you said in the question, the competition of hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop has always been competitive.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it be friendly competition, you know, we get in the booth like, hey,
Who gonna have a better verse?
yeah,
Hey,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
I know you about love and peace, but I know you step in that stool and be
for
like,
sure.
I'm trying to
for
smoke
sure.
this.
You know, but it's the fact that we want the best product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
it comes to that, when we're both pushing each other to be our best.
Yeah.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
Now, when it becomes personal,
Yeah.
when we're trying to stop each other from growing and feeding our families and stuff like that, like I don't really too much agree with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it get that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately for hip hop, that's just kind of what, again, the competition of hip hop, that's what
Creates
we
that.
were built on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it kind of spills over into it getting personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And depending on what you beefing about, it can spill
get
over
in-
in,
yeah,
it can
to
get
the real shit.
real,
Yeah.
real deal. Holyfield.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it's just it's having a good grip on how far it goes individually, and also who they
this person.
and it may not was supposed to get that far. You know what I mean? And now you just got emotions in it that should have never been.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I mean, I think it'd do some good for Chattanooga artists.
Yeah.
Even if it's facilitated or manufactured. I think that it would
It
elevate.
would bring some attention to the city.
Yeah, but it's gotta be controlled.
Yeah, it can't
you know
be
what I mean,
crazy.
and by the right people, because again, like if Chattanooga's so small that we can all go across the city in 10 minutes and see whoever.
Well, shit, 40 now with the traffic.
Yeah. Hey, get that shit together, man.
Yeah, this
bro,
is
hurry up.
ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired of
Hey,
it.
bro.
But yeah, man, I just think, again, hip-hop is built off of competition.
Yeah.
So, you will never be able to take that away because we are all, if we speaking hip-hop and rap, like we trying to put our best foot forward.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I don't think, it doesn't happen in other genres like that. We just don't see it because two country artists aren't they may go in and try to they're not trying to tarnish each other's brand.
Yeah.
And you don't hear it that way.
It will. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they don't like each other, they're just not getting on the record together.
Yeah. They
And
gonna
that's
stay
it.
away from each other.
Yeah. And that's completely it.
You'll never really hear about it.
But it's just a little different with how we were.
Yeah, I mean, we just I was listening to Cameron talk about his beef with Jay-Z today, and he was just saying like he don't really call it beef if no physical stuff happened, but he was saying how it came from was I guess Dane was saying that Cam was gonna be the next vice president of the Def Jam and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
and like Rockefeller, and Jay-Z was on vacation when he came back. He heard about it, so they was doing a lot of petty shit. So like, I guess he came in the stew one time, and Cam had a verse on Memphis Bleak song, and he told him to take it off. So Cam did it back to him type shit. He took it off one of his songs, and that's the kind of beef where it's like it can be sheltered a little bit. It's within music, you know what I mean? Like it's within business, you know what I'm saying? Like they kind of playing off ego a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Like y'all said, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with. I'll never want to take the competition out of hip hop because that's what created some of the best.
That's crucial, bro. That's how you create for
Best of the best. I mean, being real, like we don't get Ice Cube gets a stop. If we been, I mean, he was the face of. Well, he wasn't the face of NWA, but he was the pen of NWA for the most part. But when he left NWA, we don't get the Ice Cube, I don't think, now without no Vaseline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For
Just
sure.
being real. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think Beef can bring out the best in artists if they keep it within a certain realm.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't want it to get crazy physical and people dying and people riding for people like that, people, taking up for artists that don't even know you out here beating each other up for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it get a little crazy for real. He was still riding for Tupac and Biggie, man. And both of them been dead for over 20 years.
It's almost 30 years.
Yeah, like it's people, and it's still people riding for them. You know what I mean? Arguing over. So like, yeah, it can get a little crazy. So.
For sure.
I was gonna ask y'all this, and this kind of like leading into it, but who are y'all biggest influences as far as artists, and like who got y'all like really start being like, this is what I feel like I can do that. And this will lead into the next question.
Good question, Mr. Iggy. Good question, man. Yeah.
Man, that's really...
It could be a few. It don't have to necessarily be one.
Just off the top of my head, Lil Wayne.
Okay.
All
right.
Just because what I was born, like the time that I was born into.
Yeah.
Especially Southern hip hop.
It's a lot of Wayne. It should be a lot of Wayne heads, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Nah, Wayne my GOAT.
Yeah.
But, he just watching his journey, and, being a child rapper and a teen rapper and, watching someone grow up in the music and, become as big of a star. I mean, just a legend as he is, you know what I mean? Like, just at that time, even just Cash Money.
Yeah.
Cash Money, just Southern hip hop.
Yeah.
I was born into Southern hip hop.
Yeah.
But like, it never made me want to be an artist. I was just a super fan of Southern hip hop. To me becoming an artist came from just life, like literally therapy. Like it was therapy before I knew what therapy was. So like, I was a writer first, like just poems, in school, writing prompts, my imagination, just being able to just pen. And then needing an outlet at a time where I didn't feel like I had any. And that's all I had. Like the first thing I knew was to just write it down. And then I start, I kind of, especially going to church, like singing in the choir.
Man, it's funny you bring that up. I'm gonna piggyback off.
So singing in the choir, singing in the choir in school.
I was in choir at school too.
For sure. Me too.
But it was always by accident. Like
Me too. No cap.
Like I was in choir in 5th grade and I didn't ask to be. You know what I'm saying? And then like in high school, I landed in choir because of my then girlfriend, now wife. I needed a quick class to get a good grade in.
No, for real.
But not knowing, bro, like I'm learning. Like I was a class clown, like in choir. Those that know. But like I wasn't paying attention, but I was. But then when it came to like melodies,
that you learning music in those.
I'm learning while I'm showing my ass. No, dead ass. So like when it came down to like me becoming an artist, like I was naturally doing things that I picked up in there.
Facts.
That I didn't know that I picked up in there until I got better as an artist. So like my influence just they came from being like just being in love with music to start, like being born into loving Southern hip hop, and then life placing me in areas where my ear was being trained. So again, in your Southern Baptist church, where they get into it. You know what I'm saying? Full
you in there for 4 hours.
60, 70 person choir, soprano, tenor, altos.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's all
saying?
over.
Getting into it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
but like listening and knowing what that sounds like, and then being actually taught it without really listening, like taking heed to it, it just came natural when I started to really grind. Yeah. Like sure. it just oh, okay, this is what a melody is, and how am I able to do this? And then I started thinking like, you were life groomed you to do this, bro.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah, God placed you here and here. You know what I'm saying? He was equipping you to do this. So, man. This again off on a tangent, bro.
That's a good story. For what you mean?
That's a good answer.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, I think it brings. Well, I'll get to that question, but
that's my influence.
Yes, I'm glad that you said that because there's a lot of value in, especially artists now. I think now, especially in hip hop, man, people don't really invest in the musicianship. They invest in like the past. They invest in like, you know what I mean, like the OG stuff like that. Where now it's just kind of like it's whatever. I'm making what I want, but you don't know how to like progress. You don't know how to push it. You don't know how to. You ain't look back and you don't know the roots and you don't know musicianship, where that comes from and how to. You're not gonna be able to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, go ahead, bro. I ain't mean to.
Yeah. So I think my biggest influences. It's funny because like, as I grew up, it always changed. So like I said earlier, like my first one was Mike Jack, bro. Like dance moves, glove. I couldn't moonwalk, bro, but my mama could moonwalk, so I tried that, John. That kind of made me mad. And then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out Mom for real. Mom. Man, she hitting that joint down the hallway. I'm sick. I'm talking about from the door to my bedroom, she hitting that joint. I'm like, all right, bro. All right, watch this.
I bet you she did that to make you mad, too, bro.
Man, so then after Mike Jack, obviously he passed away, R.I.P. Mike Jack, it was definitely Chris Brown. I think I remember as a kid watching like the tribute videos that he would do. And I was like, bro, he looked like Mike Jack, but he don't sound completely like Mike Jack. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And then Chris Brown had such an authentic sound too back then, because like obviously he came up singing, and then he took that turn, started rapping, and he's spitting for. I'm like, oh wait a minute. I'm like, whoa, this crazy. Like I don't know what I'm finna get on the next song. You know what I'm saying? So it go for Chris Brown. I'm probably on that for about 10, 11 years old. Migos drop. Man, every song I'm knowing every flow, all that. Shout out RP Takeoff, but my favorite one is Offset. I ain't gonna lie. But you know what I'm saying? So I'm a kid. It's funny, like I said, the choir. I'm in school. I'm in the choir like I think 6th grade. I played the trumpet, so I'm in band. But 7th, 8th grade, I'm in the choir. I remember one of my classes I actually performed "Pipe It Up." You know what I'm saying? With like for real. You know what I'm saying? I got Takeoff part. I got the hardest part of the song. I'm word for word. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that joke going crazy. So I did that, and then kind of like y'all said earlier, like writing stuff down. I remember y'all know that Ray Schremer song called "Swang." Of course, bro. I made a school version of that, and we actually sung it to like the elementary kids, so like 50 kindergarten. I sung that junk to them. And I'm writing the whole thing. Like I got people around me, but like I'm like, bro, no, I got it. I got it. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. That's probably like the first real song I ever wrote. And then I remember, like I said, Chris Brown was spitting crazy. So I remember I was like 9 years old. I got a folder from my seminar class. Took all the papers out. Started writing like BS rhymes, bro. I'm talking about like flower, tower, coward. You know what I'm saying? Howard. And then, you know what I'm saying? Just anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then as you get older, you start putting words in the gap. And now you can freestyle.
You freestyling it. Yeah.
So now it just it just clicked for me. So that was another thing for me. And I remember being like in middle school in the choir, bro. Voice ain't dropped yet, so I'm hitting the high notes. Teacher I'm like, hey, I don't know how I'm doing this, cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm hooping too. So I'm like, I'm just here for sports. I just need to get a good grade. My parents gonna be on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know choir gonna be an easy grade, bro. Come on. And I'm singing. I'm like, wait, bro, like this is crazy. So I kind of drift off from in high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm hooping. I'm really focused on that. High school, my influences, I probably still say the Migos, and then obviously Juice WRLD came out when I was in 9th grade. That's probably my all-time biggest influence, cause I'd never like been made to feel like I was welcomed in the emotions that I was feeling through the other artists for real. Like, they made good music that was compelling and resonated with other people. But I feel like Juice kind of came through like a whole nother wave, bro. And I was like, bro, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta cling to this. So Juice coming through like crazy melody, crazy flow, talking about his emotions. And then he on Sway in the Morning, Funk Flex, freestyle. I'm like, wait, I freestyle too, bro. And you sing, so you know what I'm saying? So that's probably my all-time biggest influence. RP Juice for sure. Yeah, and then when I started making music myself, kind of like how y'all said, it's like your brain just already poised and made to be in that moment. So I remember the first song I made by myself. Shout out Young J. Cody, he made the beat for me. It's actually, as soon as I got off my high school graduation stage, during COVID, of course, bro.
Yeah.
At Finley Stadium, bro. We drive 5 minutes to UTC campus. I'm in a dorm, bro. First song I do the same night. And I'm on that jump. Same melody, same flows that I kind of cling to today. And I'm like, it's crazy how, like, your first song, you started like that. But I feel like that was my sound to begin with because that was just me being me.
Yeah,
you know, like some
sure.
people get into the music and they like, dang, bro, like, for example, like an artist that's kind of copied a lot could be like Future or Playboi Carti. And people be like, bro, I need that type of beat and I need that type of flow. And they drop it. Yeah, it's poised and it's good for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But once you keep dropping the same stuff, and we already got Playboi and Future, you know what I'm saying? Why we need you, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, facts.
But my biggest influence is them, and I kind of feel like in my music, I kind of portray everybody, because like on mine, I feel like you're not gonna know what you're gonna get based off the title in itself. Even if the beat is slow, you don't know if I'm talking about my girl, you don't know if I'm talking about pain, you don't know if I'm talking about anxiety, you don't know if I'm talking about me being up. You never know, so. All my influences, they were all versatile, and that's just kind of how I try to be in my music as well, bro.
Facts. Yeah, I was about to say, so that leads into the next question. I feel like y'all two are probably the most versatile artists in Chattanooga.
I appreciate it.
And I wanted to see kind of where the influence was coming from. It's interesting y'all bring up the being in not only choir but also church, because I was listening to Jermaine Dupri, and he was saying like that's a big reason why like R&B is not good anymore, because they're not coming through the church. You know what I'm saying?
They got that soul, bro.
And that's true. I mean, if we think about it, all the best R&B singers came through church. Chris Brown too. He went through church. So like that's like it's kind of like a passageway to get.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because you got to be around music. You know, you got to understand music. People that can read it. You know what I'm saying? And can teach you and stuff like that. If you don't know that, like I said before, you can't advance. Right. You're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be like, oh, let me sound like Future, and feel like if that works for you.
Now you in a box, buddy.
Let me sound like you can't create your own sound because you're not around it. So, so it's interesting that y'all bring that up, because I really think that's a big, that is a big missing piece. I mean, I wouldn't say go to church just to do music, but
no.
But I will say, I mean, I do think, I never really thought about that till lately, and now with y'all saying that, I can see that in y'all music, how diverse it is. You know what I mean? That y'all really have these elements around y'all that created that. Is that more like more of the creative process, or is that like intent? Like you're like, okay, I want this album to sound like this, and I want this song to sound like this? Or is it more like I'm in the studio, I feel like making a rock song, or I feel like making more of a country sounding song, or I feel like making more of a soul sound, or, you know what I mean? So
yeah, so for me, honestly, it's like sometimes I go prepared beats wise when I go to the studio, or vibe wise of a song. A lot of the times, I would say a lot since I've dropped my album No More Sub in February, recently a lot of it's been on the spot, like communication with like producers, like shout out Wayne on the Beat, shout out Trayon. Been working with them, I mean, my whole career really, but this year we've been really locked in on like gearing new beats and new sounds kind of thing.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what you kind of need too as well, because as I'm getting on a different type of beat, they making a different type of beat, so they becoming more polished as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's good that you challenging them.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? They challenging me at the same time, so I feel like that's good. And then, really another thing I could say is just, again, being yourself. I don't really, like I said, go in there knowing what I want to do completely. Now, if a vibe comes off, or if I want to make a project and I want to have a certain type of project, obviously I'm going to gear certain songs to that project specifically. Now, if I just want to drop a single about basically how I've been feeling recently, that's what I'm going to do, bro. Like, I guess you could say it's intent. I'll say it's intent on the marketing and promotion side of how I want to get it there. But on the song basis, I feel like it's more so me just being me in the moment, and whichever one I pick to drop, or whichever collectively I pick to drop, that's what I'm going to do. So that's kind of how I look at it. I just try not to overthink it too much, bro, and just be me. So if I don't get a reward, or if I'm not seeking out an award, or if I'm not trying to be at the top of everybody's, I guess, chat list, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
For lack of better words, I don't give a fuck.
Was that a chat list this year?
You know it was.
Because I feel like every year there's one.
Because I think people are getting sick of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it makes a return next year. Yeah, but
now who made this list?
Because
who are we getting?
It wasn't was it last year was basketball. I remember that had the city on fire. Everybody was talking about their basketball.
You thought everybody was going back to school.
For real.
Shit.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, but I mean,
can't even fit in them jerseys.
Nah, for real. But I be like I said, bro, I don't. That's not something I seek out, bro. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, from my perspective, like from an art standpoint, if I'm getting more recognition from other artists that that I know take the shit serious and that are deep into the game, I'd rather get recognition from them than just so much praise from people that really are half-ass supporting me anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like music goes a long way, and so does like support. You know what I'm saying? Instagram reposts, sharing links, stuff like that. Like all that I'm fine with that. Like I don't really feel like I want an award from like a Chattanooga perspective. Now I will say I am trying to take this shit to the top. You know what I'm saying? So with that saying, in the future, like I know a lot of stuff might gravitate towards me just based off of like I guess you could say it's subjective, but my success. You know, so I guess when that time comes, I won't necessarily be expecting it then, but that's something that I just know is gonna come with the lifestyle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for sure.
But for right now, that's not something I look for or seek out, bro.
For sure.
I'm just trying to be the best I can be, bro. Work with people that's deep in the game as me, and just make good music, bro.
Facts.
Like, what's the song? What's the word? Everlasting music. That's what I'm trying to do, bro.
Longevity.
Yeah, bro. That's all I'm worried about.
How do I say this?
Shit.
I mean, I've been around too, so that's an interesting answer to this.
Yeah.
For Chattanooga.
For the longest, bruh, like, and I still have a little bit of this, but I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because like I was more focused on doing the work. Like that's what matters. Like my work will speak for me.
Yeah.
So like whoever is curating your list or whoever is giving out your awards, I'm gonna let my supporters tell you why
you was wrong.
Fucked up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So like, but don't get me wrong. Like even now, as of today, like I'm nominated for my first BEC award.
Congratulations, brother.
And you know, for Male Artist of the Year.
Yeah, congratulations.
And
shouldn't be your first, but
thank
congratulations.
You. But that's the thing though. So like I never prided myself on like how many awards I have or you know who put me on a pedestal or whatever the case may be. But I'm grateful as of today because I was nominated. I didn't put myself in that. Yeah. I didn't nominate myself.
That's how
you know what I'm saying?
How I feel.
So like to even see my name being nominated, I'm grateful, bro, because somebody took the time out of their day. People to nominate me. They thought about me and said that Cuatro should be in this race. Cuatro should be nominated for Artist of the Year.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to ultimately asking me, what have you done? Like, as an artist, like, what is it that you can present aside from music? Like, okay, I'm speaking that I win this Artist of the Year, right? Yeah. I am Artist of the Year. I'm telling y'all now before it comes out, Cuatro Cinco is Male Artist of the Year.
Tight shit.
Thank you, BEC, for my award.
Type shit. Hell yeah, I like that.
Shout out to everybody who supported me. I like that
energy. I like it.
It's been a long road, and I appreciate all of those that you know what I'm saying supported me to this point.
Hell
and this is the first one and it ain't my last. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I'm grateful, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like for my supporters, because I know I have supporters, bro. Like I know people, they show themselves to me. Every time I feel like things are getting slow, and it's a mind trick on myself, because I be like, you ain't doing enough.
Yep.
Or you going unnoticed, and then a couple of days later, I see my name on a list.
Yeah.
Whether they spell it right or not.
No way. Oh shit!
But come on, but it's all love. It's all love.
Put two C's to it. We didn't know who talking about.
Come on. But like it's those reminders though. You know what I'm saying? Again, I didn't nominate myself, so like you know that's something that when it comes down to somebody asking me what the hell have I done, well, my city nominated me as Artist of the Year here.
Yeah,
your city.
My city did that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, and I pride myself on being from Chattanooga. So when it comes to accolades, my work will speak. my work will show.
Yeah.
So when I do win these awards, it's deserved.
Yeah.
There's no question as to
where it came from.
Yeah.
It's built,
if you
built
question
ground
it,
up. Built
I ain't
ground
listening.
up.
I ain't gonna lie.
Built ground up.
yeah.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, I think I've had my, especially with the BEC Awards, I've been nominated a couple of times and didn't win. But when I go out into the streets, I'm being told I should have won.
Talking the topic.
You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
that's not me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But that's just being talked about. And so, like, I've had my, but I always took it as, part of the process. You know what I'm saying? I think this time being nominated, it feels better because, one, like you said, I didn't put myself there. I actually totally forgot nominations was going on.
I had no idea.
Crazy.
I had no
honest
idea.
with
Congrats again to you too, bro.
I saw the last day that it was the last day, and I was like, all right, well.
I just happened to see the nominations coming out.
And real
I'm
talk, when I looked at the
shit.
nominations, I was looking for other people. That's just how I am, bro.
Yeah.
I was looking for other people being like, I'm making sure, okay, he made it, he deserved that, because I really been paying attention to what's going on in the city. And I just happened to go to podcasts just to see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I saw me and the Let's Talk Culture, and I'm like, bro, that's crazy. So
Shout out to C Breezy, man.
yeah, shout out to Chris, man. We every Wednesday, Let's Talk Culture. But yeah, man, like it's humbling in that way. So it feels better when it's presented to you that way. And like you said, we love Chattanooga, so it's good that our community is showing some kind of recognition of the work you put in.
Yeah,
just because that's the city you come from.
Yeah,
and this time, honestly, this BC Awards probably feels the most right because of like the nominations I'm seeing. Yeah. The people that's getting awarded, you know what I mean? I feel like everybody kind of, fits where they supposed to be.
I look forward to it.
I mean, it's gonna
I'm
be
putting that shit on.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a lot of Chattanooga legends in the building. Like I seen some of the people they giving out to the awards to. Like we was talking about Judge Williams before Judge Williams is. I mean, he's the first Black City Court judge. You know what I'm saying? That's a legend. You know what I mean? Sure, so like, there's gonna be legends in the building, and so I think this one feels good. I'm excited about going. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. I'm just gonna be happy to be in there with people that rock with me. Sure. My value is not placed on that. You know what I mean?
Doesn't define you.
And I think if you go into that with that and carry that, and I think y'all two carry that as well. Yeah. Their value is not. You're not placed in those recognitions. Your value is placed in the work you put in and the people that receive you and the people that love you in that way. So
sure, bro.
And like the biggest thing that I've gotten out of it, it's not even that I was nominated. It's the people that are happy for me.
Yeah, for real. That me too. That's how it's been for me.
The fact that people are extremely excited that I had a family gathering this past weekend, and we were celebrating my late uncle, and I walked in, and that's the first thing they said.
Yeah.
BEC nominated. Like,
that's what's
come
up.
on now.
That's what's up. Yeah. That's love. That's love.
But it's just I see that it makes the people who genuinely love and support me, it makes them proud.
Yeah.
It makes them feel like, okay, he's getting the recognition that we know that he should have gotten already. You know what I mean? Sure. And I let them speak. I let them do that. You know what I mean? Again, I just want to keep working.
Yeah,
and my work
family.
Man. Just being proud and even being out in the city. Yeah, just being out in the city and people, just recognizing that, bringing that up to me. It's like, I genuinely and humbly appreciate everybody who nominated me, everybody who's voted, and I'm taking this win home to
yes, sir.
for my son. Shout out to my son.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your daddy did it.
Yes, sir.
You did.
All right. So last question before we wrap up and do the send-offs. This is a more like deeper question, I guess. I like to tap in to the mental, especially with the fellas. You know what I mean?
For sure.
This is a very generic question, but I think in the aspect of y'all have already kind of touched on your growth as artists, but more so, this is more of a man, like growth as a man question. You know what I mean? if you could talk to your younger self, which you, well, me and you about the same age. You a little younger than me. If you could talk to if you could talk to your younger self, for sure.
12-year-old.
Yeah.
In aspects, for
Lizzie
real.
roll.
For sure. If you could talk to your younger self, what would be something that you would hope to be able to be a part of that conversation? Like, what would you be able to tell them that you feel like that value would move you forward now?
That's a good question, actually. Off the bat, don't put the pressure on your shoulders that you don't need. Fight your own battles. Musically, there's gonna be days, you know what I'm saying, where you don't want to feel like you want to work. Get your ass up and work. Do something productive, you know what I'm saying? Write a verse, write a hook.
Yeah.
Buy ads, promo, something. Do something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And do that sooner than later, for sure, because you want to be able to budget too, put other things into other parts of the music. Honestly, this is the first one. Just don't put too much pressure on yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is music, it is a sport, it is an art, and it is you. But, you know, one bad song or one bad studio session doesn't define you. Because I remember I've had sessions where I'd be like, bro, I'm done, bro. Like, I ain't make shit tonight. Like, I'm finna stop doing this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't do that, bro. Just be yourself. Really just have fun and keep growing with the music. You know what I'm saying? The music's going to get better, but you need to be doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
So, that's too. For real.
Get advice to Lil Zero.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dope advice. And you know, I share those same sentiments. I would tell my younger self, stay off of the internet. They don't give a damn. Those people on the internet are not real.
Nah, and now you really can't because everybody trolls. Everybody trolls. Nobody takes anything seriously anymore.
Literally.
It's not real.
Yeah.
Young Cuatro, stay off the internet. They do not care.
Listen, go.
Put in the work.
Yeah.
Be a good person. Be genuine. Be consistent.
Yeah.
Be about your business. The business, the more you know,
Yeah.
the more you grow.
Do you feel like y'all would have started learning about the business a little earlier?
Oh, boy.
It was a little scary for me.
Yeah.
Like, starting out, like, knowing about the business. Knowing more. Like, that was kind of scary. Like, I didn't know if I had to drive. And I don't think I had the right people around me that wanted to know about the business either.
Yeah.
So it was like, as an artist, you're just creating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, growing up as a person, as a young man, like, understanding in those circumstances of, you know, not having, if we're getting deep for just a second, not having any like real role models or any like manly father figures.
Yeah.
Understanding the role that my mother was playing.
Yeah. For sure.
And you know, in her situation, and she did an amazing job.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out moms. And that's what being in those situations led me to who I am today. But just be more understanding. And it's hard to do at a young age.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to grow up a little sooner, being the oldest of three.
Yeah. I feel that.
So like, you know, you kind of have less of a childhood and things like that. But like, to understand that it will, if I'm telling him now, it will grow you into being the leader that you are.
Yeah.
The provider that you are. Being able to stand on, you know, what you truly believe in and the structure.
Yeah.
I would tell him to stand on that and you know, just be yourself. Just be yourself. You'll be much happier, and you'll have a lot more peace just being yourself. And yeah, man, really just treating people with respect.
Respect, man. Those are great answers. I think for me, if I could tell my younger self, I've done a lot of growing in the last 5 years. I probably would tell my younger self, people pleasing, you're doing that, and stop.
Yeah.
That'd be the first thing I tell myself, because I was, I've always tried to be likable. I've always tried to be somebody's friend, which is it's good at heart, but it can tear you down too, because you can lose yourself in that. You know what I mean? So that'd probably be the number one, I think. It would erase some doubt about myself, because that would allow me to do things that I maybe have doubted myself because they gonna say this about me, or they gonna say that about me. That and be selective and be more selective in who you make friends with. I would say that.
Good one. Great one, actually.
As I've gotten older, friends have fallen off. You see who means stuff in your life and who don't. So I think for me, that would be another thing. I was, like I said, I always try to be everybody's friend, but that's, sometimes that's just a circumstantial thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think I didn't look at it that way. I have a harder goal, truly. And so for me, saying you're my friend, that's like a bond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas somebody else might be like, you more of a situational, I'm taking advantage of you
For the season.
Yeah. So so I think those two things for sure. Younger me would definitely have that talk with, and I just be like, everything else, man, just keep doing you. You're gonna be who you're supposed to be. So, all right, man. Well, that's it. Y'all make sure y'all close out. Tell everybody where to follow y'all, where to find the music, where to see y'all next. If y'all got any live events coming up, anything coming up in the next couple months.
Yeah. Again, it's the biggest gloss in the world. Cuatro Cinco, CUATROCINCO. I'm also hosting my third showcase, Who's Got Gloss showcase down at Live Label. Shout out to Live Label. Much love, man. Gloss the world.
Yeah, man, it's been Finding Zero. Like I said, my music is on all streaming platforms. Just dropped a new single I think 2 Fridays ago called I Can't Even Hide. And, man, like you said, stream it, buy it, do what you need to do, and share it for me, man. Y'all keep tapping in with Iggy, man. He doing something great for the city. He's being authentic, being a real self.
Yes, sir. And, yeah, man, you already know Iggy's Loudmouth podcast. Shout out to Smart Oasis for housing us once again. Chattanooga. Shout out to my boy T-Real behind the screen.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
And, man, I'll see y'all at the next one. Make sure y'all follow me, Iggy's Loudmouth podcast on all streaming platforms. And, yeah, I'll see y'all at the next one. Peace.